Anne from Game Like a Mother. Today I'm going to show you how to play Rhino Hero. It's ages 5 and up, 2 to 5 players, and it takes 5 to 15 minutes to play. Let me show you how. The goal of the game is to be the first to play all of your roof cards from your hand onto the house of cards. Or you can win by not being the one who knocks over the tower. If you do that, then whoever has the least cards left in their hand is the winner. For game setup, if you're playing a 2-player game, each player is dealt 7 cards. We are playing a 3-player game, so each player is dealt 5 cards. You can choose which side to have the foundation on. I have chosen the easy side where there's 2 walls that get to be placed on for the first round, or you can do the advanced side where it's just going to be 1 wall for the next floor up. The player who has most recently done a good deed gets to go first, or you can just have the youngest player go first. Gameplay. We'll say this is the youngest player. Nobody else gets to see your cards, but I'm going to flip them over here. They get to pick a card they're going to play, but first you have to place walls on the marks indicated on the spot on the card that you're building on. So you need to position the wall cards to the angle and on the spots pictured on the card. Then you get to pick your card, place it on, and your turn is over and play continues clockwise, and it's now this player's turn. This player has conveniently been dealt a hand of all of the specialty cards, so I am going to talk about what each of those do. Let me run you through all the specialty cards. There are plain cards that do not have any special abilities or powers on them. And with those, you just play them, your turn is over, and play progresses to the next player. But if you play any of these, if you play a +1, then after you're done placing it and your turn is over, the next player has to draw another roof tile before they begin their turn as normal. If you have this card with the purple and the arrows on it, that's a reverse direction card. So after that is placed, then play would progress back counterclockwise, or the opposite direction from the direction you had been going. In a 2-player game, this doesn't do anything. It just goes back to the other player and then back to you. The Rhino Hero card, which is what the other person played, means that Rhino Hero is on the move, and you must place him from wherever he is in the stack to this new spot before placing the next roof tile. So this would have to be here for this player, and if they played it on here, then the next player would place it up on their turn to the next spot. So it can be tricky moving that up. The blue exclamation card means you skip a turn. So it would be play is moving like this. So if they played this on here, this player would have their turn skipped and play would go on to this player and then back around. And then finally you have your double roof tile, which if you play that, and we'll show what that looks like, you place these walls on, and if you notice, and you need to put Rhino Hero on in his spot, the double roof does not have any marks on it for where you're supposed to place the walls. That's because if you played this, you get to play another one of your cards on top of it. And so then you would go ahead and do this, and then play would go on to the next person. Now, a couple notes on this. You can't use 2 double roof cards in a row. You can't, if you had more than one of these, you can't stack multiples on top of each other. And if it's your last card, if they didn't have any other cards, and they play this, then the player next to them gets to play a card on top of it. And so that can be advantageous for that player. So if you are going out on this, but then they only have 1 card left and that allows them to go out, then you would win together. So in the rule book, it recommends, if possible, to play it as your second to last card. It is an excellent card to use to go out. Here's what the end of a game might look like. Usually the towers are far taller and more impressive, but this is just what we're doing for the sake of this video. We're saying it is this player's turn, and they are trying to place another roof tile. They're putting up the walls. They need to move Rhino Hero up. And as they place their card, whoops, they knock over the tower. At this point, game over. They've lost. And whoever has the fewest cards left between the remaining players is the winner, which would be this player. In the event of a tie, if multiple players have the same number of cards left, whoever has the most specialty cards with symbols left on them in their hand of cards would be the winner. And if it's a tie still between multiple players, then they just win together. So that's how to play Rhino Hero. It's basically building a house of cards plus Uno, and it's a lot of fun. So check it out. Thanks, and see you next time from Game Like a Mother.